Hey, and welcome to this video in which we'll look at all to do about your menus. I had a shout out from Byron who was looking at setting up his menus, and if I believe if I got the idea or the question right, then it had to do with getting the drop down menus and the different choices. And we're here on Byron's website that he's working on. And under shop, he actually does have some drop down menus. And I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I hope that I'm getting the right notion of what Byron was looking for was to have further choices once you hover over some of these choices. Just to give you a better idea, let's see, this is my Ego website. So if we go into, let's see, some of my enterprises, I have the drop downs, and then I have sub drop downs, and I even have sub drop downs in certain areas. It's not necessarily my recommendation to go too far into to things like this, because it might get to be a little bit too much of a rabbit hole. But on the other hand, if it makes sense, it makes sense. So, for instance, this one here is a company that I'm a partner of. We're three owners of this company, and the company currently has two activities, two different companies that are doing real life activities and has real business up and running. And one of them has activities in Denmark, in Sweden, and we're actually opening Norway next month, and Germany the month after, and US coming very, very soon also. So here it would make sense to have the sub drop downs and so on. Let's see, this is another website that I've worked on for another company, and we have a number of different drop downs. And so basically, I'm kind of hoping that this would be what Byron is looking for, because it's an easy fix to make this happen. So basically, you'll go into your dashboard, and under the appearance, you have menus. So you go to that, and for these things to happen, you have to create your own menu. So here's my own menu that I created for this account here. This is again, this is my personal ego site that I like to call it. And you know what you do is, when you make your own, you start off by basically in this menu here, excuse me, up here you say create a new one, you call it something, and you hit the save button. Then you go in and you choose the pages here, that all the pages that you have there over here. This box will usually show you the most recent pages. If you cannot find it there, you can either go to view all and go through all of them and hit the next page, the next page, the next page. Or if you know basically what your page is called, you can go to the search and start typing the name for that page, and then it should narrow down your pages. So basically what you do is you put in the pages that you want in your menu, and depending on your theme, you can have several menus. So for instance, on my personal ego site, I do have several menus. This is my main menu, and that's the one we're looking at right now when we go in here. But I also have another menu, and that's down, I believe, if memory serves me right, I have a different one down here. So this one is slightly different. And let's see, actually it almost looks the same, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks the same, but very often I would have a different one here, and I probably have that. Let's see, if we go to a third website, it's another business of mine. It's actually a marketing agency business, and I'm sorry for this slow load time. I think I have a lot of tabs open, so that might be. So anyways, here I have my main menu, and if we go to the bottom, I have a different menu. So you see here I have terms of use, I have privacy policy, I have anti-spam policy, and that I don't have up here. Those, by the way, can be very helpful for you for SEO ranking, search engine optimization ranking. Google likes this, and it also actually has to do with the FTC, that you kind of spell out your terms, like if you're selling, let's say, an online info product or something, that you're not promising that buy this product and you basically be super rich overnight without doing any work, and so on. So FTC likes to have you stating precisely what your policies are, and as far as I led to believe, Google search engine ranking, it actually is very helpful to have that also. So anyways, in other words, I have built several, in this site here, I have at least two menus, and basically it's just when you create your menu, you call it something separately. And then depending on your theme, you choose which menu you show where. And themes might differ, in how many different possibilities you have there. So that would be, depending on your theme, that you have to go there. And usually you will choose where these are located when you go to theme customization. Let's see, I can try and see if I can open up here. We can see what it looks like in here. I might have a choice in here. Navigation. Yeah, so you can see I have a main menu, and then you have a footer menu, and you have a secondary menu, and so this theme actually gives me three different places I can put in menus. So anyways, to give you that drop down or the subheadings, what you basically do is you just indent it. So you see this one is a page that I put in, and I just indent it. That means that now this one will be a child of the about page. So if you go to my site, if I go to about, I have a drop down, and that's the sub title, so to speak, or sub navigation comes up. If we wanted, let's go back and look at the enterprises and the sub. So how does that happen? So notice how I can navigate over here and find the different countries, and that's basically just you indent it even further. So you can see I could even do this one here. And remember, for each change that you make, when you're done with it, you always hit the save button and then refresh the screen and check your work. If you don't hit the save, it's not going to show up and make anything different on your site. So basically, that's how it is. Just to step back a little bit further, when you're building the menu, let's say that you wanted I'm just gonna hit two of these pages, and I'm gonna add it to menu. What will happen is that they will show up in the bottom of whatever you're working on. See, I just put the about again and the art and so on, and then you drag them to where you want them. In here, for instance, indented. I'm gonna delete this one so I don't forget it. Once I can remove. So anyway, now we put in a page that's called art, and it's gonna be on the articles, PR, articles, and then even a subheading. So if I hit the save button, and then we go to the site, and then we refresh. Just gotta wait for this to work its magic. Okay, it refreshed there. I'm not sure it actually did. Oh. Excuse me, I need to check where it was. I put it once again. Under the articles, okay. I may need to hit the refresh here again. Oh, it's still thinking. There. There it was. Okay. So you can see my site is actually a little too heavy, and this is not really to do with this video here, but just to let you know, it's very often because my images were way too big. I mean, my site here, my ego site, is actually very big, but other than that, I never optimize my images in there, so it's super slow because of that reason. You definitely want to optimize your images, so you should go and check that out. I do have other videos on that. But anyways, as you saw, we now have the articles PR, go into articles, and then have a ton of articles, and then under one of the articles I put in the art page. Now since I don't want it there, I'm gonna remove it again, and then I'm gonna show another cool trick. So remove, and remember, it doesn't change until you hit the save. Couple of really cool tricks that I should show you also in connection with building your page, so your menu. So let's say that you have look here, I got a page here called the Mikkel Pitsner Vault, but if I feel that, you know what, that's gonna take up too much space on my menu, if I have the Mikkel Pitsner Vault up here, it's going to be a long tab. What if I just called it Vault, for instance? So the way you can do that without necessarily have to rename the page is that you can, let's see, we add this to the menu. There, and then we go in here, and let's see, and here you can actually just do like this, and oh, let me just see where I put it. Well, it should be in the end of the navigation menu. So it should come up right here where the block is instead. See? So even though this page is actually called the Mikkel Pitsner Vault, then now it just says Vault here. So that's a great neat trick for you to make use of. Another trick can be, for instance, sometimes I have a page, it's on another site. So let's say that I, from this page, wanted to get over to, let's just say the about page, for instance, on this site. Then I would copy that link, and I go back to my menu, and then I would say I want to add this link, and I want to call it, let's see, let's just call it marketing, and then add to menu. We hit the save button, and we refresh. So it's going to come up here, and you notice how cool it was that if I click this, it's going to jump over to Amazing Ideas and at the about page that we had over there. So that's a very cool little trick. So basically, it's under the links. You choose the URL, the website URL where you want it to go over to, and then you put in whatever you want to call that link, and in your navigation. And again, remember, all of these you can move them up to wherever it is you want them. I better delete them now, otherwise it's gonna mess up my site. There we go, and refresh again. And I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it that I basically use a lot for my menus. Again, if you have several menus and need to work on one of the other menus, you have to go in your drop down and then go to the menus that you're working on. And call your menu something that makes sense in your world, just to help yourself out. Anyways, I hope this is helpful. Let me know if if this was the answering the question that you're looking for, and if not, if you have other questions in terms of menus, then let me know about that, and I'll gladly look at that too. All right, this is Mikkel Pitsner signing off. Thanks a lot. Bye.